Hello and welcome to the program from the State Assemblies. This is where we review legislative activities across state houses of assembly. On this episode, Lagos Assembly urges Governor to expedite completion of abandoned road projects. High expectations as Akwa Ibom Assembly screens commissioner nominees. Plus, Gambia Assembly moves to tackle housing challenges with new mortgage bill. Details of this and more stories will be coming your way shortly. I am your host, Amina Said. Thank you for staying with us. In the week under review, the Lagos State House of Assembly has urged Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to ensure that contractors return to project sites to complete abandoned road projects across the metropolis before the onset of rainy season. This resolution was adopted during a plenary session following a motion raised by a lawmaker on the issue of abandoned road projects. Musa Toliat tells us more.
Traditional dress code was the order of the day because plenary was meant to be conducted in indigenous Yoruba language. Beyond dress code, pressing issue raised by Honorable Aro Moshood, representing Ikorodu Constituency 1 under matters of urgent public importance, points to the deplorable state of Bola Tinubu Road in Igbugobayoku in Ikorodu, which had been abandoned for 7 years. Some lawmakers reveal that the state government had allocated sufficient budgetary provisions for the road project, and there shouldn't be any reason for the contractor to move out of sight. The Deputy Chief Whip, Gani Okonlao, representing Koshafe Constituency 1, wants to see strict enforcement measures against contractors who failed to deliver after receiving payments. Honorable Abiodun Tobu from Ekwe Constituency 1 criticized the government's handling of compensation for residents affected by road construction, while proposing legislation to prevent successive administrations from abandoning ongoing projects. Other lawmakers cite concerns on abandoned projects as a reason constituents are losing faith in the government because they view it as unfulfilled infrastructure promises. On our part, Speaker Mojisola Miranda said that the governor should mandate government agencies to provide 60% of the required funds to the contractors and ensure their security to facilitate prompt project completion. The prime mover of the motion on abandoned road projects, Honorable Aro Moshood, sheds more light on the plight of Ikorodu residents.
The residents and families whose property were demolished for this project have been left stranded and frustrated, most especially when the rain starts. The area this kidnapping happened is along this road, and if this road is motorable, calling on security officials to come to our aid, they will get there in time. They are not even clamoring on the government to pay them compensation for their house demolition again. What they are clamoring on that the government should come and fix the road. The main reason why their house was demolished is to fix the road.
Chairman Committee on Information Strategy and Security, Honorable Stephen Ogudipe, highlights the position of the Assembly on abandoned road projects.
With huge amount of funds being expended on our roads, and shockingly we find out that some roads over 7, and they said even some 12 years are yet to be completed. That gives us a lot of concerns. The position of the House is very clear that all those roads, not just Ikorodu alone, that we should be able to invite government officials involved to tell us what is causing the delay when the Lagos State House of Assembly has passed budget in respect of those roads, and also to invite the contractors. What are their own views? What are the impediments for their inability to complete such roads? And then we all come together to find solution to it, and all this matter must be resolved as quickly as possible.
The Acting Committee on Works and Infrastructure has been mandated to investigate uncompleted road construction projects and report to the Assembly in 2 weeks.
Meanwhile, the Nasarawa State House of Assembly has screened and confirmed 16 commissioner nominees for the State Executive Council. Adams Abdulkader reports that the confirmed nominees include Kwanta Yakubu, whose screening was previously suspended due to insubordination, but was later approved after submitting a written apology to the House.
In continuation of the screening of members of the Nasarawa State Executive Council on the floor, Speaker Danladi Jato of the Nasarawa State House of Assembly read an apology letter from Commissioner nominee Konta Yakubu, whose screening yesterday was suspended as a result of planted disregard for the legislative arms of government.
I send you one compliment on behalf of my family, friends, and associates in the best of tradition. I deeply apologize for my failure to appear before the Honorable House following the Honorable House invitation.
In response to allegation of insubordination during his previous tenure as Commissioner for Environment and Natural Resources, was a significant step in addressing the concerns of the House and potentially paving the way for Konta Yakubu's confirmation as a commissioner.
You are a nominee of His Excellency the Governor, but we did that to tell you that this House Chamber is an institution of high repute, that anybody that will undermine this institution, we will not allow it to happen. But never again, never again, never again, whether you or any political appointee or anybody in this state should disrespect this Honorable House.
The House unanimously screened and confirmed 16 persons as nominees who will now serve as part of members of the Nasarawa State Executive Council after lawmakers from their various constituencies deposited that they are of good character and ever ready to make a difference for the progress and development of the state.
Will this House accept the screening and confirmation of CP Usman Baba, retired from Lafayette Local Government, as Commissioner nominee? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
A bill for the establishment of Nasarawa State Character Commission scheduled first reading and is slated for a second reading on the 26th of this month.
Similarly, the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has screened 20 out of the 27 nominees submitted by Governor Umo Eno for appointment as commissioners and special advisors. Nsika Okon has more.
Before the screening process, the chairman, House Committee on Judiciary, Justice, Human Rights and Public Petitions, Prince Anefiota, while presenting the committee's report, says all the screened nominees have met the constitutional requirements and the House rules, hence should be cleared.
The committee commends His Excellency Pastor Mo Pastor PhD, Governor of Iowa State, for selecting men and women of communities in the State Executive Council.
The 20 nominees are Anyeka Nomana, Henry Achibong, Nsikak Ekong, Alice Ekpenyong, Frank Achibong, Captain Iniebong Ekong retired, Emem Almond Bob, Professor Enoibanga, Iniebong Ememebong, and Ofiong Ofo. Others are Ukoesien Udom, Nsikan Linus Nkang, Dr. Emmanuel John Ekem, Dr. Frank Ekpenyong, Obong Inyang, Ekane Mekerete, Inibege Silas Etugodo, Emem Ibanga, Iniebong Robson, and Anthony Luke. Some lawmakers expressed the hope that, based on the nominees' experiences, they will add value to the Arise agenda of the state governor.
Anytime I talk to anybody, they'll find out that if I'm not loyal to my brother, I cannot be loyal to anybody else. I carry that burden and I seek to serve Akwa Ibom people with that history. That I come from a structure that I cannot have the body of Esau and the voice of Jacob.
I will refer this house to the CV of my community. If you flip to the last page of the CV, you see referee 1, General Abdulsalami Fugoka, Senator Dr. Gospel Kubot Akpabio, GCFR, the Senate President and former Governor of Akwa State. And then you flip to number 3, you see His Excellency Mr. Udo Manuel, our former Governor and our Boss. And lastly, to my just to put it on this particular paper, that is 4th and that note that I asked that Captain Nyobon, with this kind of intimidating referees, please immediately take the bar.
If I am cleared by the House, I will, to the best of my abilities, mobilize the entire EXCO and others that I can to ensure that Pastor Minor serves Akwa Ibom State, because I know Pastor Minor Akwa Ibom will be the better for it.
Well, Fred Ochibo manifests exemplary good character. He is very reliable, he's very committed, very hardworking, he's focused, result-oriented, and with very high sense of responsibility. Honorable Speaker,
confirmed, I will use my wealth of experience to make sure that I passionately implement the Arise agenda, which is the blueprint of the Akwa Ibom State Governor for the betterment of Akwa Ibom people.
On his presentation and his profile, I respectfully request that this honorable House allow him to take a bow and leave.
The Speaker, Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Udemoton, says the remaining 7 nominees will appear before the House for screening on Thursday, 20th February 2025. The Speaker, therefore, wishes them well in their future endeavors.
Thank you, Inskak. We now take you to Gombe, where the Gombe State House of Assembly is strengthening legislative support for affordable housing. Speaker Abubakar Muhammad reaffirmed this commitment while presiding over a public hearing on the Gombe State Mortgage and Foreclosure Bill 2024. Abbasmi Kanu tells us more.
The bill submitted by Governor Muhammadu Inuaya aims to establish a mortgage and foreclosure system in Gombe State. After first and second reading, the bill was referred to the Committee on Housing and Urban Development for further legislative requirements. Chaired by Muhammad Tahir, the committee organized a public hearing to gather suggestions and contributions from stakeholders.
We therefore solicit for your understanding, cooperation, and support as the relevant stakeholders to ensure that this process sees the light of the day.
The State Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, Barrister Zubair Umar, highlighted that the bill has over 90 sections and will help civil servants and citizens own houses at affordable prices if passed into law. Key aspects of the bill includes establishing a mortgage system and foreclosure provisions to address defaults and ensure stability in the housing market, as well as regulatory framework to regulate mortgage transactions.
It is a bill that will be operationalized on the Gombe State citizens. Therefore, the need for the entire citizens to contribute their inputs in reaching this very important bill is highly critical.
According to the Speaker, the House is ready to implement meaningful contributions of stakeholders to enrich the bill and ensure speedy passage into law for the benefits of citizens.
Thank you, Abbas. You are watching the program from the State Assemblies, a program that reviews legislative activities in the State Houses of Assembly across the nation. We now take a break. When we return, Osun Assembly speaks out, condemns attacks, calls for justice, as Cross River State House of Assembly calls for introduction of grassroots female football competition.
Are you looking for a short channel to make your business, goods and services go viral? Look no further, as NTA Parliament is your short channel. Take advantage of our wider reach and advertise your products and services on NTA Parliament DSTV channel 370, GoTV channel 126, StarTimes channel 306, and Free TV channel 706. For more inquiries, contact the Marketing Department, NTA Parliament, NTA Headquarters Area 11 Garki Abuja, or call these numbers 080-383-40464 or 080-770-78055. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
You're welcome back. The Osun State House of Assembly has condemned the recent attacks allegedly carried out by some party members on some local government areas in the state, which resulted in the loss of lives. The Speaker of the Osun State House of Assembly, Adewale Egbedu, made this known while addressing journalists at a World Press Conference held at the Assembly premises. Parliamentary correspondent Muiwa Omoumi reports.
While addressing journalists on the recent unlawful invasion of local government secretariats allegedly by the APC across the state, Speaker of the Osun State House of Assembly, Adewale Egbedu, described the act as not only a direct attack on democratic institutions, but also a blatant violation of the rule of law and a threat to public peace and order.
Members of the APC have resorted to self-help and brute force in an attempt to illegally occupy government offices, thereby instigating violent confrontations that have already led to loss of lives and destruction of property. In response to these developments, the Governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Jackson Nuruddin Adeleke, has issued a directive that all individuals, regardless of political affiliation, must stay clear of the local government secretariats to prevent further crisis and uphold law and order.
The Speaker further emphasized that the Assembly is resolute in ensuring the state does not yield to political banditry or unconstitutional acts.
Strongly denounce any form of lawlessness, violence, or forceful occupation of government institutions under any guise. We have found that the Federal High Court's judgment remain binding and must be respected by all parties until set aside by a competent court. We call on security agencies to take immediate and decisive action to protect government institutions and ensure that those responsible for this act of illegality are prosecuted. We urge all stakeholders, including political parties, electoral officials, and the general public, to respect the democratic process and uphold the integrity of the elections.
As the local government elections approach, Egbedu called for peace, reaffirming the Assembly's commitment to safeguarding democracy, ensuring stability, and defending the will of the people.
Now, in response to the ongoing communal clashes in Ikoyi-Angpa local government area, the Cross River State House of Assembly has urged the executive arm of the government to impose a suspension on logging activities in the community forests until peace is restored. This resolution was adopted during plenary after a motion for government intervention was raised by Okon-Owuna, member representing Akampa 1 state constituency.
The lingering crisis in Ikoyi community, Akampa local government area, which resulted in massive destruction of property and loss of lives, was brought before the Cross River State House of Assembly through a motion calling on the state government to intervene in the communal clashes by member representing Akampa 1 state constituency, Okon-Owuna, as the House resolved that the state government reinforces security in the area, declares states of emergency in the community, and further imposes a curfew while issuing a suspension order on logging activities in the community forest until the crisis is resolved.
Mr. Speaker, the aforementioned crisis escalated when the agric faction conspired to dethrone the village head of Ikoyi community. The Governor of Cross River State should constitute an administrative panel of inquiry to investigate the immediate and remote causes.
Co-sponsors of the motion condemned the crisis and suggested that the chairman of Akampa Local Government Council, State Security and other relevant authorities be invited to appear before the House.
Mr. Speaker, the crisis in the Ikoyi side, crisis that has to do with the forest. You know, Ikoyi side is inside the forest, very far. Ikoyi because there is a community that does not have very good access. So the only thing that they have is a forest.
So this SS security, who we are even told that has sent soldiers already to that place, must reinforce the team.
Speaker of the 10th Assembly, Elvet Ayambem, had this to say.
I strongly believe that state government too has to do something as a proactive step to ensuring that every clan head or village head must be gazetted. And so it reserves the sole responsibility of the house whether or not to remove or to dethrone such a clan head.
The House, however, resolved that the state government should ensure that all non-state actors involved in the crisis are arrested, investigated and tried in accordance with the law, as well as constitute an administrative panel of inquiry to find lasting solution and peaceful coexistence among the people.
Still in Cross River State, in order to help girls develop teamwork, communication and leadership skills through sports, the State House of Assembly is calling on the state government to introduce grassroots female football competition across the state. The resolution was adopted by the House when the member representing Yako 2 State Constituency, Mercy Akpama, presented the motion during plenary. Udwak Etim completes the report.
Promoting talent, developing healthy living and togetherness, while building confidence in the girl child. The need for the introduction of grassroots female football competition in all the local government areas of Cross River State was raised at the Cross River State House of Assembly by member representing Yakotu State Constituency, Mercy Akpama. The lawmaker noted that best talent could be picked among them to form part of the state female football team, the Pelican Stars, as this will help build community of female players.
The world is talking about football and female football is not left out. But if grassroots football is not encouraged, how do you get the materials to feed the state team, to feed the national team, and then move to the international community? Globally, football is making waves and female football is making waves.
Co-sponsors of the motion made their various contributions in support of the introduction of grassroots female football competition in the state.
I rise to join my voice with the mover of this motion that female football should be encouraged, and especially at the grassroots.
This motion is very, very important. It's important in the sense that empowering the girl child is empowering the nation. And I think with this motion, we can still produce another Oshola Cross River State as we start to support this motion, because it is very important that women should be given an opportunity to be involved. Everything will work for our state.
Speaker, Cross River State House of Assembly, Elvet Ayambem, described the motion as a way of promoting girl child education.
Of course, the white collar jobs these days are really fine, and even you get one, the payment can't even take you home anymore. And then there's so much money in sport. So if you can scout across the 18 local governments of Cross River State and get those talents, promote them adequately to the international world market, a lot more can be done in Cross River State regarding the women. Let's try to support the girl child.
With its growing popularity among sports fans, the Cross River State House of Assembly believes female football will present financial opportunity for clubs, local government areas, and the state at large, if properly harnessed.
And this is where we draw the curtain on this week's episode of the program from the State Assemblies. Remember, you can still watch this episode, news and other programs on our social media handles showing on your screen. Thank you for watching. I remain your host, Amina Saidu.